All right, Rob, I'm still coming down off of the high from last week. What about you?
Oh my gosh, Cheryl. I'm still riding the wave. I mean, that Friday was just so informative. I met so many new people, establishing my old contacts again. The speakers are unbelievable. I booked about 7 one-on-ones. I kept on building my list. I mean, I'm exhausted right now. I got to take like a half a day off just to catch up because there was so much information, Cheryl. It was incredible.
Live from the Purple Cow Branding Studios.
So if you want to know what we're talking about, it was Network Today Live, Summerfest 23. And it was a fest. It was a fest. And it was at TK's in person all day, 12 speakers. We're going to talk more about it in a bit. We're going to take a few minutes because this is really important for you two, because obviously you're interested in networking and being a better networker, right?
Yes.
With can we assume that?
Yes.
Okay, good. And I'm Cheryl Powers.
I'm Rob Bliss.
In case you didn't know that either. But we have and recently launched our Network Today YouTube channel. So It's Network Today Podcast on YouTube. So you hit the little ampersand if you're not familiar with how to do that, and you'll find Network Today Podcast. Please subscribe. Now, a lot of people don't realize that that's important. It's important to the process. It's important to us. So if you like us at all, please go in there and subscribe to it and then hit the little thumbs up button, right? So that's cool.
Absolutely.
And if you're our real friend, you have our email address or our cell phone number, let us know.
And share a comment with us.
That's exactly
right.
We
want to keep we're doing this for you guys. And we want, again, like Cheryl said earlier, we want to help all of us, especially you, become a better networker. And we need your feedback so we can see what you want to hear from us.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is all about you. This is going to be in short form. So this isn't going to be nearly as long as typical, but we want to kind of give you a review so that when you go to the YouTube channel, you might have some idea as to which episodes to tap into based on what you're dealing with, right? What you're kind of like, I hate this about networking, or I'm an overachiever and I'd really like to hear what other people say about this particular aspect of networking. So,
there's a definite skill set in networking that's overlooked.
Yeah.
We all think that, because we've all got the gift for gab or whatever, that we can just do this thing so naturally. And yes, a lot of people do, but it's the end result that matters, Cheryl.
Yeah, it is the end result. So we're here to get you to the end result. So you know what we're all about, right? Taking you from meeting people to
making money
faster. And this will do it. This is the Tom Allen episode that kicked off the quarter of Q2 2023. Tom, one of my favorite people in the whole world. And the title of the episode is Lost Loot. It's episode number 42. So you want to go to the YouTube channel and find this. I love this because, not just because I love Tom. I know you love Tom too. Yeah, right. So, but he is all about trying to find people to do business with them. Mm-hmm. And if they don't have the right connection tool, if they don't give him all the information, it makes him crazy. Like I saw him again this past week and he's like, Cheryl, I have 2 more situations just like this where people are losing out on money because they aren't connecting properly at a networking event and there's no follow-up. No follow-up.
And again, lost loot is, I think about how much money I've lost because my lack of follow-up, or forgetting I lost his business card or whatever.
Yeah.
And I could be retired by now, probably.
That's right. Are utility costs up or down? Is gas cost up or down? Food costs up or down? They're all up. So you can't afford to lose any more money. Don't lose any more. Don't leave any money on the table. So Lost Loot is a great episode. Tap into that. Some great tips there. So episode number 43 with Dean Lindsay.
Dean Lindsay. Dean is an expert networker. He's been around a long time. Shoot, I've known Dean for probably 15, 16 years. And, to get that conviction on networking, you've got to have that passion. Otherwise, because networking is hard.
Yep.
And if you don't have the commitment there, you're going to blow it off and you're not going to follow through. And it's all downhill all the way.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think truly, if there's somebody who understands what conviction's all about, it's Dean Lindsay. I mean, he is all about passionately subscribing to those things that are inherent in your being, that like what drives you up in the morning. And so really being convicted regarding networking, because if you aren't, if it's just a job.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you have an employee and they come in and you realize for the purposes that you hired them in, it's just a job. How long do you expect them to stay in that position?
Not very long. I mean, the whole thing about it is you've got to create that culture where they enjoy coming to work.
That's right. It's drudgery.
Yeah.
So that's a great episode. You love Dean. We love Dean. All right. Episode number 44, Networking with Alums, and the great Steve Conwell.
You know, this was great, and I really enjoyed it because, again, this is something I haven't done. And again, that's what I like. What we're doing on the show is we're introducing topics that, again, is giving us new creative ideas. And then networking with alums, I said, oh, my God, you know, right here in my backyard, UNT, who, you know, we found out that Steve was like the president of the Alumni Association.
Yeah, we got to press into building. Yes, we do. So he was able to really talk about that and how you don't use it as a sales opportunity. But ultimately, you can see from his success how it's built him notoriety and paid him back in many dividends. By the way, I love that he brought his son, Bryce, to Network Today Live.
Absolutely. And I booked a one-on-one with Bryce. Sharp young man, very proactive. You can tell, like, hanging out with his dad, coming to the Summerfest last Friday, that he was into it, Cheryl.
Yeah.
It was really neat to see such a young man get right into this networking stuff.
And they were there all day.
Yeah.
All day, and it was standing room only. But we'll talk about that more in a little bit. All right, episode number 45, time management.
Oh,
with the queen of time management herself.
Man, Lauren Midgley, her coming to the Summerfest on Friday and giving us her words of wisdom was just so awesome. I love her book. It's 6 a.m. and I'm already behind. And again, she is so wise, and the tips she gave us were just awesome.
Yes, and then the next book was it's 5 p.m. and I still haven't gotten it done. Is that like? And it's 11 p.m. and it's still on my brain. Was that like the next in the series? So funny. So funny. It's 2 a.m. and I'm still thinking about it. That's me. It's 2 a.m. I can't get it out. So she was fabulous. She was fabulous. I love everything that she brings to the table. But remember that episode? We were sitting there at the end of it going, oh my gosh. She had so many pearl drops, so many nuggets that.
Well, I mean, you've got to, I'm going to really highly recommend anyone to go to purchase her book. It's 6 a.m. Because, she had 50, 60, 70 tips in there to help us all. And again, it's all about this time management, time blocking. We've got to do it, Cheryl, in this busy world of ours.
Yeah, absolutely. So episode number 46, Networking Virtually with the ever lovely Linda Fisk. She is just delightful and made us think about something that you and I aren't crazy about doing.
No, absolutely. I mean, she really brought up a good, valid point of, we both love people. We want to be there live, but, learning the value of how you can do your one-on-ones or group discussions virtually can be beneficial.
Yeah, it can be when done properly.
Yes, that's the key.
When done properly.
That's the key.
So you can't establish a relationship that way like you can in the belly-to-belly world, which we're talking about in this most recent episode. But
well, the thing I learned too is that you can set the stage here by saving time, which we learned from Lauren Midgley, is that by doing your networking one-on-one 1.0 virtually, you can save that drive time and all that kind of stuff by doing it virtually. So that was a big takeaway for me.
Yeah, it was a great episode. You're going to love what she has to say, what Linda Fisk has to say. So, military to civilian with the amazing Alex. I love Alex. I love listening to him. It was his first podcast.
Yes. Oh, really?
I think so. I think that's what he told me.
God. Oh, cool.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Well, he's been around. He's been around. And again, I love Alex for the reason that he helped me, and he was the motivation for me joining the Farmers Branch Chamber of Commerce. I'm forever grateful for that. And of course, he served in the military himself. He, through his firm, 5 Star Ford / Chevy, gives a lot back to the veterans in the area here. So it's really good to hear what he had to say.
Yeah, really important, and gave some amazing resources too. So number 48 was with Victor Vonico Johnson. He sounds like he should be playing basketball. Yeah, he was so great. So Victor Vonico Johnson, Giving is Living. So it was all about paying it forward, kind of the reciprocity discussion, which tends to be that and follow through, two ongoing threads for successful people in networking. You want to catch that. He not only does he bring really great insight, but his delivery is so delightful. You just like him.
Oh, absolutely. I think, we met him, together, a year and a half, maybe even nearly 2 years ago. And just what an outstanding young man, and how he gives back to his community. He's so involved. Yeah. Right from the young school kids, up to veterans, and he wants to give back. He's all about giving, and he's a man that I can really follow and learn from.
Yeah, that's right. So number 49, I do know that this gentleman, it was his very first podcast.
Oh, okay.
And you would have never known. Carrie Claiborne, Networking Through Boards. Yeah. So if you're really thinking about getting on boards, you need to follow this guy, because at one point he was on 18 boards.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I don't even know how you do it.
But the thing I liked about what he had to say, and again, like I said on the podcast, how many boards are you involved with, Rob? And I had a big fat 0 there. Again, it was something, Cheryl, I really never even considered. Yeah. I always thought that boards was kind of for, the really, really successful people, the big shots and so on. But understanding what Carrie had to say now I am very interested in looking for the right board that I can participate in and help.
Yeah. Listen to that episode. It was really good. And you'll hear that Rob has never been on a board, so you could offer him a position. All right. So on to Breaking Bad, episode number 50 with Rochelle O'Brien. She's so lovely, multidimensional, multi-talented. She just got back from Colorado and just sent me a nice note saying, "How did your event go?" Like, truly.
Oh, wow.
She is all about breaking bad habits. She had to break some in order to make sure that she had a successful business when she bought it. And so if you are taking over a business, if you are newly becoming an entrepreneur, especially if you're a parent with kiddos, you need to listen to that episode, because it's super good. Absolutely. Good. Number 51. Networking for Life. Do you remember who our guest was?
Oh, Mr. Bill Wallace, probably the number one networking king in DFW.
That's right. That's right. Not soon to be unseated for sure. He still holds that position, but yeah, this is awesome. So it was really all about when you get in it to win it, you stay in it to live it.
Yeah. Oh, right. I like that.
Did I just come up with that?
Man, that was a new one. So, I'm going to quote you on that one.
Yeah. It was an extremely popular episode. Extremely. So number 52, LinkedIn for Business with Lucinda Rook, who I just met here with you. And that was so good.
Well, LinkedIn is, we talk about it every day, Cheryl. I mean, and we spend time on it every day. And it is really the number one sales tool for, sales professionals out there. The way to, there's so much lead generation that can be done, building relationships on there, networking with people, and on and on and on. It's so important. And, hearing the tips from Lucinda was awesome.
Yeah, it was. And don't be fooled. RUCH. It's Rook.
Yeah.
Rook like book.
Yep.
All right. So episode number 53, which just launched, and because we were nearing the end of the quarter with the great Mike Rose leading up to our Summerfest event. And he is like going from scientist to entrepreneur, succeeding, failing, succeeding, and then succeeding, and then really succeeding. Man, you want to tap into everything he's about.
Well, it's all about, it's about his book, ROE Powers ROI. Right. And again, guys, I really highly recommend you check that book out, because you will learn so much. It really gives you kind of you understand better of what you're trying to do by developing or increasing your ROI, and he gives you a different perspective. And I'm not going to tell you anything because I want you to go out and buy his book.
That's right. But the key to the success there is understanding how to communicate with the right people who are in the right positions. And when you can learn how to do that, then that means you're creating a meaningful connection by speaking the language of that person in that position. All right. So last but certainly not least, rounding out the quarter is my friend, my former radio pal, Cash Riley. Now, how funny is it that we start the quarter with lost loot? We end the quarter with cash. So we found it.
That was awesome.
I know. So, and Cash he grabbed my attention on LinkedIn with a great post about reviving humanity.
Right.
But what that means is really networking in person. We lost community during these last couple of nutty years, and some people never got it back. And it's way too bad. So Cash really addresses that head on. He's got a beautiful way of just discussing that particular subject. It's really, really heartfelt for him and his wife.
And I'm so glad that you brought him onto the show again. That whole thing about when you get to meet people through your networking key people, and what a great guy he was.
Yep. So really an outstanding power quarter. I loved it, loved every minute of it. And that leads us to what we wrapped the quarter up with on 6/23.
Yes.
Network Today Live Summerfest. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Did I even give you a final head count?
You did not.
Okay. So if you didn't go, let me tell you what you missed. 12 speakers. 12 speakers with Mike Rose as our keynote. And that was an amazing day. All at TK's in Addison. It's a comedy club / dining room / speakeasy. It's just a phenomenal place. And we had a morning session, an afternoon session. The morning was really geared toward processes. The afternoon was geared toward principles. It was a little more principle driven. Morning, we had 50 people. That was the head count. Afternoon, we had over 80.
Oh my God.
Now, some of those were duplicated, right? Because some people bought an all-day ticket.
Right, but still over 80 seats were taken.
Total, it looked like about 95 people. Yeah. Wow. 95.
That is awesome.
We are so thankful for you. We are so thankful for you. We gave away door prizes. We had the great, I got to give shout outs to a couple of people.
Okay.
So
absolutely.
Nicolette Barrett and Larry Roberts.
Okay.
So they both did our video testimonial and they killed it, man. They got the microphone, got people. You're going to see some of those clips here shortly because that's really going to give you a feel for what you don't want to miss, which is next year. And what are we calling it?
Connect Fest 2024.
That's right, where we take you from collection to connection.
Yes.
We take you from meeting people to creating relationships faster, right?
Yeah.
So and truly, I think we achieved that only by the grace of God. I mean, truly.
And stay tuned, folks. To the Purple Cow branding team is going to put together a great reel of all the things that we did during that day. I'm really excited. Give us a couple of weeks to put that together. But really excited what the Purple Cow branding team is going to show us.
Yeah. So more shout outs to your team because both Kate and Christian did an amazing job.
They were
phenomenal. Awesome. To our the people who stepped up to check people in, right?
Yes.
So Sonia Hodnett, Mr. Brett Powers. I have to give shout outs to them. They were awesome. And then Ronit. She took on the speed networking and I just threw it at her because we're a little behind. And man, she was loving it. I want to make it a staple and we're going to level that part of it up. And
then how about our sponsors? Wow.
Don't want to miss that because it's how this happened.
Yeah.
So we had 4 sponsors. So the ticket sponsor was Leandria with Human Interest.
Right.
Right. So they were a ticket sponsor, which allowed us then to bring students in at no charge.
Right.
So then we had Simon Villarreal, and he's with Employer Flexible. So he was actually the meal sponsor. Then we had Sean Rosensteel sponsor the packet, the welcome packet. So important to have that welcome packet. So everybody has everything nice and tidy. And then the big kahuna
Yeah.
goes to Dan Nye, the banking guy at First United Bank. Thank you, each and every one.
Dan.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Without you, we couldn't have made it. We could have made it, but it wouldn't have looked as nice. I can assure you that. So, but yes, we're so thankful for each and every one of you and for our networking community. I mean, truly, it was just networking at its finest.
Well, yeah, just, the next day and through today, just all the nice responses that we're getting from people that attended. And so, thank you so much for being supporters of Network Today.
Do you want to read a couple of your favorites?
Oh.
Read a couple of your favorites.
Okay. Here we go. Well, my good friend Jeff Gustafson, he said, great speakers with relevant content. The venue was excellent. And then how about my good friend Russell Duckworth? Cheryl and Rob always deliver when it comes to networking and sharing their networking know-how. And again, my good friend Brian Flanagan, well run and well done. How about you? How about you, Cheryl?
That was great. So I'm pulling this up because I gotta jump down to Jody Colbert. I was gonna say Colbert, but Jody Colbert gave us 5 stars on all events. I truly enjoyed spending the day at the networking event. I learned a lot, met some really great people, and looking forward to connecting with and helping you all. I'm so happy I went. And she came because Karen Hartman, one of our panelists, spoke.
Okay.
Right? So she was an invitee for her. And I'm not going to go through the whole Forrest Ward, but dang,
boy,
buddy.
Forrest, that was great.
You went above and beyond. And it just started with Cheryl and Rob. I had an extraordinary experience with all of you. And he goes on and on and on. It goes like this long. Like, I know.
It was awesome. And it was good. I've known Forrest for a while. And again, we've kind of missed each other through the years. And so it was really great there. We booked a one-on-one. Looking forward to seeing him, getting caught up, reconnecting, and seeing how we can help each other. So
that's right. That's right. And so let's wrap this up. I want to give a shout out to each one of our speakers.
Okay.
So we started with Rob and I. All right. Shout out to us. All right. Then we had Mark Neese and Paul Hittner. Go catch their episodes on Network Today because they've been, everybody I think has been with few exceptions maybe. Mm-hmm. And so Lucinda, she did LinkedIn.
Yes.
And then we had Lauren Midgley.
Lauren, yeah.
Along with Robert Perot.
Yes.
Do the Be the Teacher, which was awesome. The panelists for the Reciprocity Recipe, Victor Vonico Johnson, Sean Rosensteel, Karen Hartman, and JJ Checky.
Outstanding.
It was killer.
Oh,
we're going to build on that one. We're going to talk more about that one. We need a whole episode on that. And then Mike Rose. Yeah. Thank you, Mike, from the bottom of our hearts. It was amazing. So to you, my friend.
Here we go.
Don't forget to subscribe. Network Today podcast on YouTube. And we'll take you from meeting people to making money faster.
And we'll see you next week.
That's right.
This has been a Purple Cow production.